Tonight, before you close your eyes, ask yourself this unsettling question. What if an ancient warning, whispered for centuries, finally begins unfolding above our own skies in 2026? The Hopi people spoke of signs that would appear in the heavens, events so unmistakable that no modern technology or skeptical mind could deny their arrival once they began. Among these predictions, none is more terrifying or mysterious than the Blue Star Kachina, the celestial messenger said to signal a world-changing purification. For decades, many dismissed the prophecy as symbolic myth. Yet strange events, sky anomalies, unexplained blue lights, and solar disturbances have grown harder to ignore. As America steps into 2026, tension rises with every unusual atmospheric event, every sudden burst of geomagnetic activity, and every unexpected astronomical discovery revealed by scientists. In 2023, residents across Nevada and Arizona reported strange blue flashes illuminating the desert night, leaving officials scrambling for explanations that satisfied almost no one. Similar sightings reappeared in 2024 above multiple U.S. states, coinciding with NASA's acknowledgement of intensified solar cycle behavior, sparking new discussions about ancient cosmic warnings. The Hopi prophecy describes a time when the blue star will appear, marking the final stages before powerful earthly and spiritual transformations sweep across the world. Many believe this blue star is not a literal star, but a phenomenon triggered by cosmic shifts, possibly involving planetary alignments or high-energy atmospheric reactions. Others connect the prophecy to the Hopi tradition of cyclical worlds, suggesting humanity is nearing the end of our fourth world and approaching the entrance to the fifth. For the Hopi, each world ends not through random chaos, but through imbalance caused by humans forgetting sacred teachings, responsibility, and harmony with nature. When imbalance grows too large, warnings emerge through natural disasters, societal divisions, and a rising sense of global unease conditions eerily mirrored in today's headlines. Massive wildfires across California, record floods in the Midwest, and unprecedented heat waves across America have become yearly occurrences, echoing ancient descriptions of purification. In 2025, scientists recorded one of the strongest geomagnetic storms in decades, temporarily disrupting satellites and sparking rare auroral activity deep into southern states. Some Hopi interpreters see these luminous sky streaks as precursors, saying the blue star is revealed not in a single moment, but through escalating celestial changes. The prophecy states that when the blue star dances in the sky, humanity will face a choice: awaken spiritually or endure a global upheaval that forces transformation. Many Hopi elders warned that technological obsession would blind society to these signs, causing people to ignore nature's voice until the message becomes impossible to escape. If the prophecy is accurate, then 2026 may represent not destruction, but the moment humanity confronts undeniable truth about its trajectory and responsibilities. Throughout the last century, several Hopi elders publicly spoke of the blue star, including the widely circulated statements of Elder White Feather from the early 2000s. He described a time when metal birds would fill the sky, great roads would cross the lands, and communication would become instantaneous, signs already fulfilled today. Another part of his message referenced a great celestial sign appearing shortly before the purification, one that would turn the world's attention upward in fear and wonder. Astronomers in 2024 identified multiple new near-Earth objects and unusual stellar behaviors, feeding discussions that humanity is entering a rare cosmic alignment period. When unexpected blue auroras appeared over Arizona in late 2024, social media exploded with comparisons to Hopi predictions, though officials downplayed the event as atmospheric scattering. Many Hopi elders remain cautious, emphasizing that the prophecy should be respected, not sensationalized, because understanding requires spiritual awareness rather than panic. Yet even they acknowledge the increasing intensity of global climate disruptions, societal division, and ecological collapse as troubling confirmations of long-predicted imbalance. As America moves deeper into 2026, every earthquake, solar flare, and sudden temperature spike is reinterpreted through the lens of ancient warnings resurfacing. The Hopi described the blue star as the final sign before the day of purification, a moment when humanity must confront its misdeeds and choose a new path. Earthquakes in unusual regions, such as the 2020 Utah quake and the 2024 East Coast tremors, have sparked renewed curiosity about shifting energy beneath the continent. While these events have scientific explanations, the emotional impact reveals a growing cultural fear that something larger is approaching, something not yet understood. One fascinating aspect of the prophecy states that the blue star will cause people to question everything: governments, science, religion, and even reality itself. The prophecy warns that confusion will flood the world as old systems collapse, forcing humanity to rebuild based on truth rather than deception or greed. Many interpret current global instability, economic uncertainty, and political polarization as the early rumblings of this worldwide shakeup described by the Hopi. The Hopi teachings remind us that our world is shaped by spiritual and moral vibrations, and when they fall out of harmony, nature responds dramatically. Throughout recent years, America has witnessed extreme winters, unusual tornado patterns, and prolonged droughts, consistent with warnings of planetary imbalance. Between 2021 and 2024, NASA documented significant shifts in Earth's magnetic field behavior, sparking fears of incoming solar events that could disrupt modern infrastructure. If a sudden celestial phenomenon appeared, bright, blue, and impossible to explain, the fragile stability of society could fracture within hours. Panic would spread, misinformation would explode, and governments would rush to provide explanations while struggling to maintain public order and trust. The Hopi prophecy suggests this chaos is temporary, serving as a catalyst for awakening and forcing humanity to return to its spiritual roots. The blue star does not represent punishment. Instead, it is a reminder that humanity has wandered far from balance and must rediscover its place within creation. The prophecy describes 9 signs, many of which appear symbolic, but eerily align with modern world events, technology, and environmental crises. One sign mentions a dwelling place in the heavens falling with a great crash, which many associated with the 1979 Skylab crash or later satellite incidents. Another sign refers to the land being crossed by webs and rivers of stone, interpreted as highways, railways, and vast networks of cables connecting the world. When examined through modern perspective, these symbolic descriptions appear surprisingly accurate, fueling belief that the Hopi foresaw technological evolution. As 2026 unfolds, people increasingly wonder whether the blue star is symbolic or literal, a spiritual revelation or a physical cosmic event approaching Earth. Some researchers propose it could be a supernova, such as the anticipated explosion of Betelgeuse, which scientists say may occur anytime between now and 100,000 years. If Betelgeuse were to supernova, it could become bright enough to be visible during day and potentially appear bluish, due to atmospheric refracting. Others argue the blue star may relate to increasing visibility of certain comets or new astronomical objects detected in deep sky surveys. Even a strong solar storm hitting Earth could produce rare blue auroras, creating sky displays visually matching ancient descriptions. Regardless of scientific explanation, the emotional and cultural impact of such a celestial sign would be profound, especially with prophecy expectations rising. The Hopi emphasize preparation not through fear, but through humility, community, and spiritual discipline, reminding people that purity begins within. In interviews throughout the 1990s and 2000s, Hopi elders stressed harmony with nature, respect for the earth, and the responsibility of future generations. Their message is clear. Any prophecy can shift depending on human behavior, for timelines are not fixed but shaped by choices and collective energy. The year 2026 symbolizes a crossroads where technology expands rapidly, yet emotional and spiritual fractures widen across societies worldwide. If the blue star appears, it will not simply be a sky event. It will be a psychological and spiritual turning point, forcing humanity to reevaluate everything. The prophecy warns that those unprepared spiritually will struggle most, while those grounded in compassion, truth, and community will guide others through chaos. America plays a critical role because much of the prophecy suggests major signs will be visible over lands of great global influence and widespread attention. The repeated occurrences of mysterious sky flashes across Nevada, Arizona, Texas, and California have intensified public curiosity and anxiety. With space agencies expanding monitoring systems, any unusual sky phenomenon in 2026 will instantly spread worldwide, amplifying fear or inspiration. The ancient Hopi teaching state the blue star's arrival marks both an ending and a beginning, closing one world cycle and opening another. The new world, the fifth world, is described as a time of balance, unity, and renewed understanding between humans and creation. But access to this new world requires purification and emotional, spiritual, and societal cleansing that strips away corruption, greed, and disconnection. Whether the blue star manifests physically or symbolically, its purpose aligns with this transition, awakening humanity to forgotten truths. The prophecy's real power lies in its call for reflection, urging people to examine their lives, choices, and intentions before the cosmic message arrives. In this sense, 2026 represents more than a date. It represents a final opportunity for transformation before consequences unfold. As more strange sky events occur, people worldwide feel an unexplainable urgency, a sense that something long-awaited is drawing near. Whether driven by spiritual intuition or environmental signals, this collective unease echoes the Hopi warnings of approaching purification. The blue star reminds humanity that every choice influences the world's destiny, and no civilization can escape the consequences of imbalance. The Hopi encourage humility, suggesting that humanity must listen more deeply to Earth, recognizing the intelligence woven into nature's rhythms. As we approach the midpoint of this decade, vulnerability is undeniable economically, environmentally, politically, and spiritually. A single celestial event could shift global consciousness overnight, sparking fear or unity depending on the wisdom of those guiding the response. In Hopi teachings, the blue star is not feared by the wise, for they understand it as a sign of rebirth rather than destruction. For those lost in materialism, selfishness, or deception, the sign becomes a shock that forces sudden awakening through discomfort. Humanity's current path mirrors many elements of the prophecy: disconnection from nature, cultural conflict, spiritual emptiness, and escalating natural disasters. These conditions form the environment in which the Blue Star's message becomes necessary, urging collective realignment before cycles complete. Whether the prophecy fulfills literally or metaphorically, its relevance in 2026 feels stronger than ever, drawing global attention. Scientists admit that our understanding of cosmic cycles, magnetic fields, and atmospheric phenomena remains incomplete, leaving room for unexpected events. The Hopi elders remind us that ancient knowledge often carries truth beyond physical explanation, holding spiritual meanings science has yet to measure. If the Blue Star appears, it will act as a mirror, revealing humanity's true state and exposing everything hidden beneath distraction and denial. The prophecy suggests this unveiling is unavoidable, for cosmic cycles operate beyond human interference or manipulation. In the end, the Blue Star's arrival symbolizes clarity, forcing humanity to choose between repeating destructive patterns or embracing renewal. As America watches the skies in 2026, every strange glow, unusual alignment, or unexplained flash becomes fuel for prophecy discussions. Whether the Blue Star is a comet, a supernova, a rare solar effect, or a spiritual vision, its impact will be unforgettable. The Hopi message invites all people to prepare through inner transformation, not fear, understanding that purification can lead to rebirth. Many believe the prophecy aligns with global awakening trends, more people seeking meaning, rejecting corruption, and embracing nature. The sky, once ignored, becomes a canvas of messages reminding humanity of forces far greater than human ambition or conflict. As tensions rise worldwide, the prophecy offers a reminder that unity and humility can alter destiny even during chaotic periods. The Blue Star symbolizes a moment when truth becomes impossible to ignore, breaking illusions forged by greed, power, and distraction. When the sign appears, humanity will finally understand how deeply we are connected to cosmic rhythms and ancient wisdom. The Hopi prophecy is not about fear but awakening, urging people to look inward before looking upward at the approaching sign. The year 2026 serves as a threshold, a moment where ancient knowledge and modern uncertainty converge in powerful, transformative ways. The appearance of the Blue Star would mark the final warning, a moment that shifts consciousness and reveals humanity's next chapter. Whether the world chooses fear or enlightenment determines how the purification unfolds across nations and generations. As you continue through 2026, remember that ancient prophecies survive because they speak to patterns far older than human civilization. Look at the increasing synchronicities, sky events, technological collapse fears, natural disasters, and recognize the wisdom encoded in Hopi teachings. The Blue Star may be approaching, or perhaps it is already here in subtle ways, awakening hearts and minds across the globe. Humanity must decide whether to return to balance or face the consequences of continued disregard for the earth and its sacred laws. The Hopi urge preparation through compassion, clarity, truthfulness, and unity, for these qualities determine who can navigate the purification. If the Blue Star shines over America, it will not be a signal of doom, but a powerful reminder that ancient wisdom still guides the future. As you watch the skies in 2026, stay aware, stay grounded, and remember that every prophecy carries the potential for transformation and hope. And if the Blue Star finally appears, let it awaken something within you, something ancient, resilient, and aligned with the world to come.